Hello and welcome to my channel. We are going to continue with the Dasavataram series, and today we are going to make a beautiful Madhubani painting of Lord Krishna. You can watch this same video in Hindi also only on my channel. So check the link in the description box below and don't forget to subscribe. So let's begin. So what I'm using is A4 size thick paper to create this painting as a base, and this is around 300 GSM. Now you can make this painting using this nib and holder in traditional style, but today we are going to use pens. You can use any black pen for sketching. So you have seen on my channel many times I have used the nib, so in case you want to refer to that. Now what I'm doing is I'm just going to show you that I'm using two thicknesses, because one we are using is a little bit thicker and one is thinner. Now this one is a thicker pen, so this is going to be for the outline that we are going to create when we are sketching. And in Madhubani painting we create often fine lines and patterns, and for that we need a little bit finer tip, which is around 0.5 mm. So these are the two thicknesses you need, and I am using round brushes to fill in colors later, of course, and I'm going to use acrylic paint to fill in colors. So the paint is acrylic. So what I'm going to do is first start with borders, as I always do. And first and foremost, whenever you create a border, it is important to create a frame for that, in which you're going to create the design for the border. And now we are going to create a double lined frame, because double lines are very important element of Madhubani painting or Mithila painting. So you have to be very careful with that and just try to do it freehand, because that is the right way to do it. Do not use pencil and everything, because if you do it, maybe you will create an extraordinarily beautiful painting, but that won't be the authentic one or the folk art. And if you want to learn it in a proper way, try to avoid scale, pencil, eraser. Just try to do it freehand. It is not a problem if you make mistakes in the beginning, because that is how you learn. So here we go. We are just going to create just like this one double line frame on all four sides, and inside that I'm going to create a border. So we did this border design already on my channel. I made an exclusive video just for the borders. In that we had seen the border, but we hadn't used this for any painting. So I'm going to use that border design today for my painting. I'm going to create a beautiful border and beautiful painting of Lord Krishna. So this can also interest people who are not really interested in Dasavataram series but want to create a beautiful painting of Krishna. Then you can definitely watch this video. And as I said, please do subscribe to my channel and support me by putting liking this video, putting a comment. How do you like this tutorial? How you like my channel? I am really glad to find your comments and love reading them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue with the border design. So first, around the frame I created these tiny semicircles. Now inside the border I did is created triangular pattern, which you may have noticed a lot many times in Madhubani, and inside those triangles I'm going to create a floral pattern. So for that you have to be very careful, is that because the triangle is kind of in a zigzag, it gets inverted, so your design gets inverted. But once you create this design, it becomes like a continuous pattern, and it gives an awesome and a very beautiful design once it is completely made. So what I'm doing is always I'm trying to change the direction when I'm creating the next design. And you have to also make sure that you connect one design to another via those double lines where they merge together. So that is very important, so that it looks like the pattern is flowing with one another. Now after creating the border on all four sides, you have to move on for the main design, but of course I will be doing that later. My design, I am just moving on with the Krishna. The face is very important in Madhubani, how you sketch it, so you have to be very careful in doing that. And again, this painting I'm going to create in the Bharni and Kachni mixed style. So we are going to do mostly the painting, the main theme in Bharni, and the background we are going to fill with intricate Kachni patterns, which is going to look really gorgeous, and it's going to make it super beautiful. So that is very important today. So these are two different styles. Bharni is basically, it comes from the Hindi word bharna, which means to fill in colors, to fill in something. So here we are going to refer it to fill in colors. And Kachni is basically another style of Madhubani painting where you fill the motifs with just patterns. So either you do it in one of these styles, but we are going to make it a little bit different in my unique style, and I'm going to merge these two styles, which looks very beautiful once it is done. So first we start with the face, of course, and then we move forward. We create those curly hair, and then we have to create the hands. So in the hands of Krishna, of course, there has to be a flute. It's, after all, Krishna's painting, you have to put a flute. And today I'm going to show that Krishna is playing a flute, and there is a beautiful, sweet, tiny birdie just sitting on his hand while he's playing the flute. So that is the theme of the painting, and that is what I'm going to create. So here we go. So everywhere you're seeing that I'm doing double lines, and double lines are, as I said earlier, also it's very important element. Also, what is the purpose of this double line? If I may clear it to you, it is basically to separate one color from another. It is basically to separate one pattern from another, which you will further notice once your painting is ready and once you fill in colors. You will see how these double lines help highlight the entire painting and the entire motif. Now, so the hands, very simple design. Don't complicate things. Just use very simple. Madhubani painting is a folk art. It's a very naive form of art. It doesn't have perspective or something. So you have to make as simple as possible. Just try to create the hands and, the flute in hands in a simple way. So here we go. We extend it a little bit, the hands, because it's not really matching the, where the flute is. So what you can do it later is, if it's too much dark or there is an extra line, you can use white paint and cover it on that. So that's not a problem. So once we are done with the hands, we are going to add a little bird sitting on the hand of Lord Krishna. So here we go. We're just going to create first the body of the bird like this, and face like a circle, beak, and everywhere you're going to do the double line and the circle eye, and then double lines. That's very important. So that's what you did. And two feathers like these. So it's a flying bird. It just sat on the flute while Krishna was playing the flute, and it is believed that, whenever he used to play the flute, everyone in the surrounding used to get mesmerized and used to come to him. So that's the story we are telling through this painting. So we are going to make it a little bit decorative. So I have, there is a flowing scarf, or, you can say the kind of a dupatta that's on his shoulders. So we are going to make it very decorative. Madhubani painting is also a very decorative form of art, and we are going to do that. So I'm going to create lots and lots of borders in the bottom. So first we'll move on and create the legs so that it's complete. And then we are going to use lots and lots of patterns to decorate it further. So again, for the legs, use simple lines, nothing much. Don't complicate things. And then use create the other leg also, simple lines, and that's it. Ta-da! That's how you do it. Then creating here also a little bit design for, showing that in the dhoti, that thing that falls down, that fabric that drapes down. So that's what I'm going to create, and double line everywhere, of course. And then in the background here, a tree. So just to make it complete, give it a complete look. So I'm just going to extend it and create tree like this. And inside also I'm going to do double lines everywhere. And that's what I'm going to do. And of course, create leaves all around. So that's what I'm going to do. Here we go. We create leaves. So that's what we are going to fill in. We don't have much space for the leaves, so we are going to keep it minimal, not many, just a few. So this is how your sketch should look like once you did the outline and the double line and the borders. Now is the time to fill in patterns. So it's going to be a mix of patterns and colors. So it is very important that we fill in tiny patterns like these, some geometric patterns like these tiny circles we did, and in the wings we fill in some zigzag lines just to make it more interesting. And once we fill in colors, these double line will show their magic because they'll appear like white prominent lines amongst the colors. They will look extraordinarily beautiful, so gorgeous. So here we go. We're just filling in some black for the hair, where we created the hair, and then we move on and we create the border that I was talking about in this scarf or the shawl that we created on his shoulders, hanging, flowing, all these things are the things that add to the beauty, that add to the story. Now I'm using the fine pen for these fine lines. As I said earlier also, in the beginning we discussed we are using 2 pens. So I'm using this fine line pen for these fine lines. You can use a fine liner in just in case if you don't have this Rotring Isocraft pen. But I like working with it. It's quick and it's really neat. The pen is really nice. So here we go. We are just going to add tiny circles again, like we did in the bottom part. Oh, this looks really nice. Once you create these fine patterns, that's the beauty of Madhubani. Now we are going to add some zigzag lines, double line it, and then in between create these lines like this, and then shade again with fine lines later. First just creating these floral patterns because I just want to, before switching it to the finer pen, I'll just complete whatever I need with the thicker pen. So here we go, because we are going to do many more things with the finer pen. In fact, the whole background with the finer pen. So do let me know in the comment section, guys, how you were liking this tutorial, how you liked it, if you made this tutorial. And we are going to also try to finish this Dasavataram series. We have 3 more avatars to do. So stay tuned. On Sunday, I'm going to post another avatar and 2 more next week. We are going to finish this year. I hope, just keeping my fingers crossed. I hope that we finish this year so that we can start new things in the next year. I don't want to keep it pending because it was pending since long. So I'm just going to try to finish it this year. So on Sunday, there is the next avatar coming. So stay tuned for that. Don't forget to watch the video on Sunday. So here we go. I'm just going to do the fine line part now. So I've moved on to the fine liner, and then here I'm going to also now create another pattern. So here we go in the hands also. So in the hand also we are going to create some intricate patterns. It's all about intricacy. It's all about those fine lines. So that's the important part. And these tiny patterns that we create, we are going to repeat it for the other hand, of course. We're going to keep it uniform in both. And then we are going to make a design here as well. So that's what we are going to do. And then we are going to a little bit glorify here by adding those patterns, those designs. And likewise, we'll add these tiny semicircles here as well, and those fine lines again. So wow, it looks awesome with these fine lines. Here we go. And that's how we are doing it. And I'm going to, next Sunday when I post the other avatar, I'll try to create it in pure Kachni style. So we have a variety. We are not stuck up with, same type of design. So I'll try to create it in pure Kachni style. So once you're done with fine lining, we move on for the next design, which I was talking about earlier. And here also we are going to fill in these fine lines, just like here. Superb. Let's make it finish. And here we go. We are done with this part. And mostly the Krishna part is done. Now moving on to the tree. So we create lines, parallel lines, again with double lines, and then some tiny semicircles, and we move on. again doing the same. So we repeat it further. We create such parallel lines, designs. And then inside these, again with the fine liner, trying to create not just fine lines this time, but checkered pattern. So here we are going to create checks. So that's how we do it. So we are going to repeat it, and we are going to leave every alternate blank, just like we did it for other designs as well, because in between the colors are going to come. So that's the difference between a Kachni, complete Kachni, and Bharni. In Kachni you mostly do patterns, and in Bharni this is a combination basically. So once your sketch is done, it should look like this. And now is the time to fill in colors, and we are using acrylic paint, and I'm going to start with the background. So background really makes it easy for you to understand, or for you to decide what color to use for the other parts. So once you have the background ready, or you've made up your mind what color are you using for the background, it's super easy to decide what is going to be the color for the bird, or for Krishna, or for other parts. Also, I would recommend that you always plan. For instance, now I already planned that my Krishna will be in certain color combination, and that's why I try to create a little bit lighter background. And it's always good to create a little bit lighter background when you are going to add some designs on it later, because if it is very dark, the designs are not going to show, and then you waste your effort. You make so much effort to create those designs, and it's of no use. So now I'm using a little bit red here. Now today what I've done is I have mixed a little bit white in all the colors that I have. I have really bright colors, and I wanted to try out something pastel, not very bright toned colors. So I've just changed it, and it gives a nice effect. You can use bright colors if you want. So I just wanted to tone it down and just get a different feel, just experiment. It's always good to experiment and explore, and these toned down colors also gives that effect of those natural colors. So because Madhubani painting was originally created in natural colors, of course these days artists use acrylic paint and other mediums, but I just wanted to give that look. Now here I'm going to fill in also in this, just in the center, this yellow, just in the center of those floral patterns. Also using the same red and yellow for the floral pattern outside. Now for all those on top floral pattern, we are going to use red, and in the bottom that we created just on the corner of the triangle, I'm going to use yellow. So that's the basic thing that I'm going to use. So yellow and red have been used many times, and here I'm going to do brown for the tree. So here also I toned it down. Every color today that I used, I mixed a little bit white and just wanted to tone it down. And let's see what happens, if it looks nice or not, or then we switch back to bright colors next time. So this is how we do it. I'm just going to fill in brown here and some green in the leaves. Here we go. So just one side of the leaf, not on the other side, no? And the same green for the bottom wear, or the dhoti that he's wearing. Here we go. So here in between, wherever you left the blank space, you're going to fill it with colors. So that's the Madhubani painting, basically combined with these fine lines and colors. So here we go. I'm going to fill in here green as well. And I'm going to use the same palette for the bird also. So the same red, green, and one more color that I'll add today is purple. I'm going to use the same for the bird as well. So here is the purple. So here's the entry for the purple, which is coming in, and here in this part also, and on the other side as well. So these are the three basic colors that I've used for Krishna. And of course for the face, I'm going to use a nice and a very light shade of blue. So for the jewelry also, there's not much detail to it, but it looks really nice and complete. So most of the details are in the scarf and in the bottom wear and stuff like that. So here we go. We're just adding the purple here as well. Red, some red, and some red here as well. So now you can see the magic of those double lines. They highlight the motif. They totally change the look of the painting. Now here as well, as I said, I'm going to use the same red, purple and green. So just combine it, just mix and match. Like for the face, I'm going to use green. Beak, I can do red. And then for the tiny portion in the bottom, some purple like this. So I finished this bird. And now last but not the least is the blue tone. And then we are going to create the entire background with the Kachni pattern. So here we go. We are going to do blue, a light shade of blue in the hands and face, of course, and in the legs, of course. So this is the exposed part, which is the basically the body part. So that's the color of Krishna, light blue. In the face as well. So very slowly, you have to go very carefully, whenever you're using, you're filling color. So just be careful with the motifs that you don't put in color or smudge color. So you can use a very thin, fine brush. Like I'm using a number 2 brush. And it is very comfortable for me. I really like this number. You can find your own comfortable brush. You can try with different brushes. And then in the end, you will realize, okay, this brush is really comfortable for me. And you can use that. Now we go very carefully around the eye and stuff. And don't worry if you accidentally smudge on the black line. You can repeat. You can just fill in again black on it. Use the pen to create it again. And the ears as well. So this is done. And also in the legs. Don't worry, this peacock design that I have created, I'm going to show you how to do that. So don't worry, I just was trying if it looks nice or not. And that's why I already created it in the bottom. I'm going to show you how, because we are going to repeat it on, and I'm going to exactly show you how to do it. And I'm going to also show you the rest of the part, how to do the background completely with those leaves which I have already created near the legs. So we're going to see each and every detail. Here we go, just filling in color, the blue one, and it's the last color that I've used. So it's basically not much colors, but still it looks colorful and vibrant. So here we go. Almost there, almost done. And just repeating a little bit, I saw a little white spot there. And now we are going to take the pen again and first of all create a half closed circle like this. Just like this for the peacock. And then inside you have to create such a structure for the face. And take a line, curve it like a circle, and then again join it with this line. So this is basically the face and the body and the beak then. And then all around this, you have to, after making the legs, you have to all around create these floral pattern just to show the feathers. So it's basically in the background. Also, I've wanted to create some Kachni pattern, some interesting Kachni pattern, not just the, just doing it with leaves, the typical leaves that is done in Madhubani painting, but just wanted to make it much more interesting. So I added this peacock since we don't have much space. So I could have done a few birds flying also. That would also look interesting. So we didn't have much space to it. So I just created a dancing peacock because, she's also mesmerized with the flute of Lord Krishna and dancing. So that's giving another nice vibe to it. So here we go. We are just going to merge it everywhere and then create the eye, of course. So this pen really works really well on acrylic because it's basically filled with ink and it's perfect. And then we go. So any waterproof pen, if you have like a permanent marker, thinner one, can also work on this. Here we go. And then creating tiny circular pattern here. And then will come the fine pen. So this I'm doing with the thicker pen. So I hope you're enjoying the video. Don't forget to subscribe and do let me know in the comment section how you like this painting. And don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends who want to learn this art form. here we go. We are creating now, filling it with patterns. So that's another important part. So we're just going to fill this next, which is connected to the body, with just lines, and then on the two sides just with these scale like patterns. So completely fill it with it, just like you do it for fishes. Similarly, in this side you have to do this. Here we go. And now I'm just going to continue creating those circles. And we will now, what we'll do is we will switch to the finer pen and completely fill this portion with fine lines. So that's how we are going to do. And it looks absolutely stunning once it is done. So this side, I'm just changing the direction of the lines if you notice. So just giving it a kind of a zigzag or a V shape. You know, if the lines are coming from one direction in one feather, then in the other feather, just change the direction to make it more interesting. Here we go. We are going to repeat that for the other side as well. And this side as well. Here we go. So we continue with the leaves that I was talking about. So we're going to create just like a branch and leaves on both sides. Tiny leaves, you know, and you don't have to fill in any pattern. You have to just create a leaf and inside a tiny line. So that's how you create this pattern. It looks really interesting once it is completely filled. Now you have to make sure that the leaves that you create are sticking to one another. So very close by. So then it's going to look beautiful. Otherwise, if you make it far away, it's going to look okay. But when you make it more closer, it is going to be much more interesting, filled completely. So it's going to look much more better. If you have a little bit of yellow space or the background space showing, you can create another leaf there. So just like this, trying to create. Here we go. Just it should touch with one another, very close by. So that's the trick. So once you do that, once you achieve that, it's going to look perfect, the design. And just continuing with it on every side. And moving on, another one this side. So as I said, I'm going to show you each and every detail. And if you repeat it, you will have in the end a wonderful painting of Lord Krishna. I'm sure you will like this video, and you will, if you create this painting, do let me know, or you can also tag me on Instagram and I can see your paintings there, or you can contact me there and let me know. So here we go. I'm going to also fill some fine lines here on the side and every alternate, that you have to notice that not much. So I'm halfway done. Or maybe more than halfway, actually, not halfway, but it's 90% done. I have to just fill in finally some few lines. We are speeding up and quickly trying to finish it. So it takes a lot of time and patience. You have to be, have to have patience, and of course, a lot of time you have to spend on this. But if you work hard and have patience, you will definitely have a good result in your hand and a beautiful painting in the end. So let's finish this quickly. Until then, press the like button and do subscribe to my channel. So here we go. Finally, just a little bit yellow space I can see now, and quickly finish it. Let's finish it. And once you are done with every detail, the painting is going to look like this. It looks nice. Thank you so much for watching this video. I wish you all a Merry Christmas. We see each other on Sunday with the next avatar.